Still copy-pasting code out of a chat window and calling it AI-assisted development? OpenHands is the open source platform for cloud coding agents, autonomous agents that plan, write, test and ship real code changes end-to-end instead of just suggesting snippets. It's model agnostic, so you can bring Claude, GPT, Gemini or even a local model, and it runs agents in isolated sandboxes on your machine or in the cloud, triggered from GitHub, Slack or on a schedule. We'll get into everything it can do in the overview. OpenHands Cloud has a free individual plan where you bring your own LLM key or use their model provider at cost, with enterprise plans for teams that need SSO and self-hosting in their own VPC. Since OpenHands is open source, MIT licensed, you can self-host it for free by following the official documentation, or use a platform like ours, Elestio, to deploy it seamlessly on your server or the cloud provider of your choice. We handle the installation, backups, updates and ongoing maintenance for you. To start using OpenHands on our platform, head to ls.io and click on Login. Then deploy my first service, search for OpenHands and select. Choose between the different cloud providers available, then based on that you have access to multiple regions and also different service plan. Then press next. On the final screen you can rename it, adjust more advanced settings and choose between the different level of support we provide. The first one is included by default. Once you're all set, hit the Create Service button. Once the installation is finished, you receive this email telling you that your service is ready. You have links to access the UI, but you also have instructions on how to run it for your first setup. But we will do it together, so you can skip it and go to Get Password. You arrive on Elestio administration dashboard for your OpenHands instance. The username is root, the password copy to your clipboard and open your instance. Type your credentials and sign in. As this is the first time we open it, we have the AI provider configuration. We have different LLM providers available. First is OpenHands, it's the default one. If you choose OpenHands, you'd use your paid account and API key from them. Instead, if you already have your favorite AI provider, stick to it. Anthropic for Claude, and I will use OpenAI. You can pick a model. Here, the list is not containing everything, but no worries, we'll see later, we can type whatever model name we want. Let's stick for now with GPT-5 and paste your API key. If you don't have one or don't know how to get one, follow the link and the documentation show you the different steps for any provider. So even for them, OpenHands, and in my case, it's OpenAI, you have the different steps on how to get access to it. Here you can see they put tons of effort into the documentation. And I think the documentation always tell you how serious a software is. And here is the case. Another way to tell is the 80,000 plus stars on GitHub. I have my API key, I paste it, save. Do I want to send data so they can improve? I will skip and confirm preferences. To start, we have two options. First, to use an existing repository or to start from scratch, depending if you already have a project you want to enhance or if you want to create something new. We will start a new project, but let's see what happens if you want to use an existing project. To do so, you need to either connect GitHub or Gitlab or BitBucket. The three integrations are at your disposal and you have instructions on how to connect them. But in our case, we will create a new project from scratch. So let's click on New Conversation. It takes a few seconds to set up the environment to be able to isolate our agent worktree. While it's doing it, let's see what we have here. We have suggestions such as increased test coverage, auto-merge PRs, fix README or clean dependencies. In our case, it's not yet relevant because it's a new project, but if you started from an existing one, it's things you might want to do. So to start it from scratch, we have plenty of ideas. I will use a funny one. Let's prompt our project, build a simple crossy road game with 3.js. Let's indicate we want it to be fully procedural. So if you don't know, Three.js is a JavaScript library to render 3D objects in the web browser, a good way to vibe code games. Let's enter it and let's see it doing its magic. So while it's starting, the micro agent is ready and it's checked the plan, but we don't have one yet, so it will create it for us. All right, it just created a task list. So what do we have? Multiple tasks, create the project scaffolding, index and basic UI, initialize Three.js, scene, camera, lights, renderer, perfect because we are building a game. And then player entity, the car movement, perfect. Our AI agent is on the right track. I guess it will take a few minutes for it. So let's dive into the other features. While it's doing it, what you might want to do is to start another conversation and work on other projects. And one thing to do it, because it's self-hosted, it's live on your server. If we go into mobile mode, you can see that the UI is completely made to be easily used on your mobile. So you can use it on the go without being worried of keeping your computer on. Your AI agents are available from anywhere. You also have on the top here 3 dots showing you multiple options, such as export the conversation, show agent tools and metadata, download via VS Code. One that might interest you is display the cost, so how much has been used so far, the context window. On the top right here we have the changes. So it's showing you before we only had the VS Code that has been built. Then we have index.html. Now we just created a server log. We can access the code, but for whatever reason, it just opened me this. So if ever it doesn't work, you can go to tools on Elestio administration dashboard, open VS Code, copy the password and open the VS Code link for your instance. Type your password, submit, and here you are in VS Code for your whole instance. So what OpenHands does is it creates workspaces, and the one it's currently working on is this one. We can see it has the index.html with our game, so it's almost ready. Then you can go into terminal to see what it is currently doing, the different commands your agent is running, and also a preview of your app. So here we can see we have our game almost ready. I don't know if it's finished. It seems to be. So let's press space to start and we have our nice crossy road game ready. But there are too many cars. So we might need to do multiple iteration and say, okay, remove a few cars because it's a bit unplayable. But this is not a vibe coding tutorial, so I won't go further on this project. You have the big picture of it. In conversations on the left, you can see the list of all your projects, your conversation you had with your agent. You can see the name automatically generated and to which repository it is connected to. As we started it from scratch, there's none available right now. In the tools sections here, you can see you have available micro agents. And they are like skills that you can use. For example, if we take code review roasted, you can see the content of it and how to trigger it. So the skill syntax, and here is what it contains. You are a critical code reviewer, a basic skill prompt. These ones are available by default. And of course, you can expand it and add your own skills. If we go to the settings of our instance, go to LLM, and we've seen earlier that we couldn't type the LLM version that we wanted because they are not all available, or you might need to wait for an update. So instead, you can type it manually. This way, as soon as a model is released, you can use it and no need to wait for an update of OpenHands. By the way, I don't think you type it from here, but if you check advanced, here you can type the real name. You also have the choice between different agents. By default, this is the code one, but you have a dummy one, a read-only one, visual browsing agent based on what you are trying to achieve. For vibe coding, ours was the perfect choice. You can also adjust the memory condenser here, how many events will be condensed into the memory. By default, you have 120. You can adjust to see starting from where you see degradation. And a funny one is that you can enable the confirmation mode, while usually it's the opposite. You enable dangerously skip permission that people use in Claude, but here it's by default dangerous, and you can enable the fact that it asks you before doing things. Then in MCP, you can connect your coding platform to any external tools you need, as with Codex or Claude Code. Simply type the URL and the API key. In application, a feature that you might like is the fact that you can define a maximum budget per conversation. Even if you have a maximum budget assigned to one API key, you can limit risk of a single task or project eating your whole budget. To remove you from the loop, you can create automations. You have in the documentation a getting started guide on how to do so. So basically it's just asking to your AI agent and it's able to create the automation for you. Basically, it can assist you to do automated code review, dependency upgrades, incident triage, many examples of what you can do. And you have a prompt on how to achieve it. But again, it's an example and you can extend to whatever idea and need you have. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering OpenHands with us. Please hit the like button to help our channel be more visible to other open source lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss our next platform overviews. If you want to continue your open source journey, watch this video, available here.